Hi everyone, today I'm sharing with you the making of my favourite type of balloon art, and that is deco twisting. The combination of balloon decor with balloon twisted and balloon sculpted elements. Hi, I'm Melanie from Balloon Artworks here in the UK. We're going to be inflating these balloons to 8 inches. So fully inflate the balloons and then use your sizing box. So the balloon should just be touching the sides, letting the air out as you pass the balloon through the sides, round off slightly, cross the necks over one another, wrap around twice and tie. I'm using 11-inch balloons and we're going to be inflating to 8 inches. So I've set my timer to 0.8 and I've set the pink dials to 0. Wrap the balloon necks around one another twice and tie. Today I'm going to demonstrate a slightly different technique for packing your balloons onto your frame. So normally we would connect our balloons together in a quad or a cluster of 4. I'm not going to do that today. I must emphasize that this technique I'm demonstrating today is purely for indoor use, because if your balloons pop, then they would very easily detach from the frame. But for indoor use in an area with low traffic, it's not a high traffic area, this is absolutely fine. So please remember, indoor use only. The reason I particularly like this technique for this frame and this type of frame when working indoors is because we have these wing nuts connecting the frame together, so you just have to be a little bit cautious when you're adding the balloons to the frame. And the technique of wrapping the balloons around the frame in a quad can be particularly tricky when you're trying to work around the wing nuts. So this technique is much easier. So you simply put one duplicate around the frame like so, and then coming in from this other angle, you put your next duplicate on and just push together. From this side, wrap your duplicate around and just position your other duplicate. On the other side, we're positioning our balloons so that one of the top balloon always sits in between 2 balloons on the lower layer. Push down and then just continue to build up your layers and work around the frame. I'm now placing the next to the last quad and I'm pushing this right down onto the base. Once you've done this, you may later need to just adjust it slightly. I'm now squeezing the balloons for the final cluster in between the clusters above and below. The final quad or cluster is always the trickiest to place. By squeezing the balloons for this final quad between 2 layers of balloons, you're reducing the risk of balloons in this last quad popping. Connect your duplicates together to form a cluster of 4. Tie your twisting balloon to that cluster. Take another cluster of 4, place it on top of the other cluster and wrap your 260 around. Okay, so again, we've got 1 balloon from the top layer in between 2 balloons on the bottom layer, and continue to build up the garland. Tie a 260 to each end of the garland and use this to connect the base section to the sides of the arch. I've fully inflated a number of white 260s and I'm connecting these to the arch framework, and then I'm tying sections of the 260 together to create the spider's web. I'm not particularly following any kind of set pattern or design. In a few places, I have used pinch twists to connect balloons together, but this isn't essential, and you can connect all the balloons simply by tying them all together. You don't need to overthink the pattern for the spider's web. Simply build up the design in an organic way. For this Halloween arch, I like to create the spider's web on one side of the arch only, creating an asymmetrical design. Tie a piece of 260 twisting balloon around your hand pump. Fully inflate a 260. Then let out all the air. Tuck the tip of the 260 underneath the 260 you tied to your hand pump, and then spiral the uninflated 260 around the hand pump, and then inflate. And tie. I've inflated the tip of a Mocha 350 twisting balloon, and I've connected this to a cluster of 260 curly spirals, and I'm using the uninflated section from the Mocha 350 to tie the cluster of 260s and the 350 to the frame. So I'm just tying that back onto the spiral necks. I've cut a 260 in half, and I've inflated each section separately, and I'm now splitting each section in half again, and I'm going to connect the two sections together at the centre to create the spider's legs. I've inflated two 11-inch balloons, one to 7 inches and the other to 6 inches, and I'm connecting the legs to the 11-inch balloons. Tie an uninflated 260 to the spider's legs, neck and body, and I'm going to use this to connect the spiders to the frame. Just pull the 260 into the design and wrap around those balloons, and then bring it back up into the spider's neck and wrap around, and that will secure everything to the frame. I really hope you've enjoyed this video. I hope you'll give it a thumbs up, and if you did enjoy this video, I think you will like this one next.